Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Amy, your independent Scentsy consultant with Happily Scented Homes. And I'm back today to share with you guys a requested video. A little while ago on my channel on one of my videos, one of our subscribers had asked if I was going to do like an updated Scentsy fall and winter prediction video. I had already done one about 5 or so months ago. When the spring and summer catalog was coming out, I kind of done a video of like my predictions at the time, what I thought might be leaving or going to help you guys judge what you were going to club from the fall and winter catalog of 2023. So now that it's been almost 6 months and we've kind of seen things pop up in clearance and flash sales, there is kind of a better idea of what I think might be returning for the fall and winter catalog, and I figured this would be a great time to redo this video. Not that my previous thoughts were like wrong by any means, it's just now that I've got a little bit of a better idea, at least in my opinion, on what we're going to see leave or come back in the catalog. And SFR is this week. I'm filming this Sunday night on the 14th, but a lot of people that chose to do SFR, if you're not familiar with SFR, it's a Scentsy family reunion. So that is actually happening, I think the first day is tomorrow on Monday the 15th. But none of the general sessions are happening until Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, there's going to be tons of consultants probably here on YouTube or on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, that are going to be releasing like the spoilers. We're going to find out the 10 new releases for fall and winter. We're going to find out what's going to be in the harvest collection, the holiday collection, scents of the season, the holiday bricks, any other LTOs, specials, warmers, that type of thing. So that will all be dropping throughout the week as those general sessions are occurring, because they usually do 4 general sessions. They're usually right at the end of the day, like between like 7 and 10 o'clock at night. So it's super late when we're getting all this information. I will be doing like I did last year, where I will do a video, but my video won't be until after SFR is completely over, because what I like to do is I like to compile all the photos, all the scent descriptions, possible release dates if they let us know of it, and I put it like in a pretty little PowerPoint to kind of use those skills that I went to school for that I don't use anymore. So you will be seeing a video from me, so I won't be the first YouTuber to release the info. I'm sure there's going to be other channels out on here that are going to be like right on top of it, letting you know the info like the minute it comes out. I won't be one of those, but I will have a video by the end of the week once SFR is over with that huge PowerPoint. It's probably going to be a long video, so expect snacks, drinks. We can go through it all, share thoughts, all of that. So stay tuned for that. But in today's video, we're going to do a little sniff session here and go through the scents that were available last fall and winter and see what I think might return. So I have my trusty little digital PDF, and I figured it would be a good chance to do a video off screen, because with this one you really don't need to like see my reaction. I've already sniffed these scents previously on my channel. So especially if you guys like to watch these, not really watch, but listen to these while on your drive home, or while you're doing like laundry or, you know, stuff like that, or working out. That way you can just listen to me and not have to worry about actually looking at the screen. Okay, so I'm not going to start with the new release category, because the new releases, it's so weird how they do it all the time. They put them like all in their own category, right? But then they also put them in the category that they're supposed to be in as well. So it's almost like you see it twice in the catalog. So because they do that, I'm not going to do new releases first. We're just going to start right with holiday, because those new releases are in the specific sections that they're supposed to be in. Okay, so we've got candy cane buttercream, and I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Aha, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So candy cane buttercream. A forest of peppermint candy canes and vanilla bean frosted with buttercream. So this was originally an LTO scent. This is when they did the first ever Scentspiration collection when they featured vanilla bean buttercream, and this was the spin-off on the peppermint version. So it started off as an LTO in 2022, right? No, 2023. No, 22. Was it 22? Dude, I can't even remember. Anyway, so yeah, it started off as an LTO. Year to be determined, because I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it was so popular. I think it was the most popular scent in that collection. So in this catalog, they decided to make it a catalog scent. So I have a theory on this one. So I think a lot of people did enjoy this one. I do think a lot of people already had it clubbed. So possibly it didn't have enough sales because people had clubbed it, or people had stocked up on it like crazy when it was an LTO. So they didn't necessarily need it. I know it came like in a fragrance flower, I think, or was that just a Whiff Box exclusive? It might have been a Whiff Box exclusive. But to me, my opinion is, because it was an LTO and because it was brought to the catalog, the chances of it continuing for another catalog season are on the slim side. And when you also factor in Mint to Be Merry, which was November of 23's scent of the month, that was super, super popular. And I really think that a lot more people enjoyed that one, and it was praised a lot more, and I heard a lot more about it, that I think the hype on that one outshined the previous hype on candy cane buttercream. And I think candy cane buttercream will be dropped from the catalog in favor of putting in Mint to Be Merry. Because also, third reason on this is that candy cane buttercream, even though it's listed in holiday, it's also listed in the bakery section. And because Mint to Be Merry is a bakery scent, that's another reason why I think it's going to be replaced with that. So that's my thoughts on candy cane buttercream. I don't remember seeing anything in clearance or in a flash sale with this. Maybe the old Formula Room Spray, if anything. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my drink. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on candy cane buttercream. I really don't think it's going to return. So I hope you guys clubbed it if you did enjoy it. But honestly, in my opinion, you can mix perfect peppermint with vanilla bean buttercream and get better performance. But that's just me. That's just me. All right, Christmas Cottage. So I took a huge gamble this year, and I did not club Christmas Cottage. This is Valencia oranges, raspberries, cloves, and spices. I absolutely love this thing. It's just nostalgic Scentsy to me. I always got it like every fall catalog changeover. I do a 6-pack. I always had like Silver Bells, Polar Bear Hug, Christmas Cottage, Homestead Holiday. Like that was just like my thing. Winterberry apple tea. So I took a gamble this year and I didn't club it. I think it might come back, you guys. I don't think they're going to give it the axe just yet, but I think it's teetering that line. I mean, there are things like patterns that Scentsy has shown us in the past that make me feel like it might get the cut. One of those is that it was featured in 2 different LTOs last year. So we had it in the Scentspirations LTO. They took Christmas Cottage and they, spun it and came out with 3, or was it 4? Christmas Cottage Cider, Christmas Cottage Mint, Christmas Cottage, and Christmas Cottage. I can't remember what the other one was. It was a very underwhelming LTO, and that's probably why I can't remember what the other scent of it was. So yeah, so it was in that one. And then it also was featured as a catalog brick. Last fall and winter catalog, they finally reintroduced bricks to catalog, not just like LTOs and through club. So I think a lot of people bought Christmas cottage bricks, me included, and we didn't bother buying the individual bars. So I think that might play into sales and whether or not it's deemed popular enough to continue. But it is a bestseller. It's been around for a while. I mean, it's been around as long as I can remember. I think we might get one more year out of it. I think. I took a gamble and didn't club it. If it doesn't come back, I mean, I'm not going to be sad about it. I have 2 bricks, so I have plenty enough Christmas cottage to last me. And honestly, Christmas cottage, even though it's a red colored wax, it doesn't sweat for me. So like the bricks I have, I could legit keep them for like 3 or 4 years and not even have to worry about them sweating and having to warm through them quickly. So I do think Christmas cottage is going to come back. So I'm going to put that in my coming back pile. All right, cinnamon pine cones. This one I do think will come back right here. Next catalog. It is sparkling pine cones, fir balsam, and sweet cinnamon sticks. It started off as an LTO as a scent of the month, and then they brought it back for this catalog. And the popularity is there. A lot of people were stoked that it was in the catalog, that it was available in other products. I do believe it was in pods, and I think I even still have a pod pack left over. I think that this one definitely will come back, and I'm hoping that it's available in other things like a car bar. Car bar would be awesome in this. But I do think this one will come back. Even though it was an LTO, I do think it will stick around. For some reason, Scentsy, they have a pattern where they bring back LTOs for like a catalog. And there's like one scent that always sneaks in there, and it's available for like a catalog or 2. And I think the cinnamon pine cones might be that scent that like outshines the rest of them. So that's my prediction there. And I did club this just in case because I did enjoy it. I think I enjoyed it a lot more than I did Christmas Cottage last year. And I don't know if that's just because I was overwhelmed with like all the LTOs and stuff that I really didn't get a chance to visit catalog scents. So I'm hoping that I can change that up this year and actually more catalog versus LTOs. So where is clove and cinnamon? I'm trying to find it here. I apologize. I should have took these all out and like alphabetized them. But you know, Amy's just a hot mess over here and doesn't, do things that will make her videos easier in the process. No, just make it harder on myself. Oh my gosh, is it like literally, I'm like touching every tester and it's not even, like I'm looking for every brown one. Oh, there it is. Clove and cinnamon. Cinnamon sticks and cloves. Legit, this has been around for as long as I can remember. Remember that one year that they did the scents of the season, they put clove and cinnamon in there, and we're like, why did you do that? It's in the catalog. I think this might be the year clove and cinnamon gets the axe. Was there any LTOs that would have replaced this that came out this year? No, not necessarily. But I just honestly don't have customers, or even myself or like my family, that like clove and cinnamon. It's so basic of a scent. Like it's just like 80s, 90s, Avon, Yankee Candle. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember like in school, when we were in school, those stupid fundraisers that they would make us do. And it's like, oh, let's just sell this BS products to our family and friends, and like holiday wrapping paper and like weird chocolate turtles. so that we can get like this slap bracelet that literally costs like 10 cents, but we sold like $500 worth of stuff to get. Like that clove and cinnamon scent reminds me of the scented things that would be in that catalog. It's just very dated. I I think it needs to go. I think it needs to go in favor of some other scents here. So my prediction, it will go. It probably will end up staying, but I'm hoping that it does go to make room for other scents that truly need to be in the catalog. So okay, eucalyptus reef. I personally don't like eucalyptus reef. It's fresh eucalyptus with juniper and frosted mint. I do like the frosted mint note in here. It's just the eucalyptus for some reason. When it warms, it just is kind of off on my nose. Not that it's like an unpleasant smell or anything like that. It's just kind of off on my nose when I warm it. It was listed as a bestseller last year, but you had sweet orange and evergreen. What other Christmas tree scents did we have? I'm hoping Black Forest Pine comes in the catalog. That'd be awesome. Oh, what was that one from the scent of the season? Frosted white pine. So, and maybe they'll put like one of the mental health collections in here. What was it? Eucalyptus. Which one had eucalyptus in it? Was it the rosemary mint? That'd be funny if they did that. Do I think eucalyptus wreath will go? I think it might stay. Even though it was a new release 2 catalogs ago, Scentsy's pattern would be to boot this. I think it might stay for this. Like, this will be the last catalog it'll be in, and then we can definitely see it go. But that's my opinion, that it's going to stay. Just because I think there's popularity with that one. I need a new chair. It keeps squeaking. If anybody in the comment section wants to let me know of a good computer chair, please drop me a suggestion. Like, I keep getting tempted by that, like, viral TikTok one that's, like, huge. That you can, like, crisscross applesauce your feet in. But I don't want to pay no $50, $60 for a computer chair. Perfect peppermint. Just pure peppermint. This one's staying. Yeah, this one ain't going anywhere. They need just a plain peppermint scent, so I don't think we have anything to fear about that one. Polar Bear Hug, though. I know Polar Bear Hug's been around forever. I know this, you guys. I know it doesn't mean anything either. Blackberry jam, brown sugar, vanilla, amber. It is just such a comforting, cozy bedroom winter wonderland scent. You literally have to smell this. Like, you can't just go off that scent description. You really, really need to actually get this bar and warm it to truly appreciate what it smells like. I'm worried with this one, you guys. I don't think Polar Bear Hug is going to come back. I think they're going to kick it. I think they're going to kick it out. I really do. So that's my thoughts there. It's kind of been on like that teetering chopping block. Like I thought it was really going to go last year. But it ended up sticking around, which I don't mind. But I am really concerned that it's going to go. So Red Currant Reef. This was a new release last year. Red Currant, White Berries, Evergreen, and Sandalwood. This popped up in the clearance section and in the flash sale, the most recent flash sale that we had. In like almost all the things, I'm pretty sure. So for that, I don't think this sold very well. And they seem to be, their pattern before used to be that if it was a new release, it automatically was brought back the following season. Like, not this, like if it was a fall and winter scent new release, it would automatically get put back in the next fall and winter catalog. Like, it was almost guaranteed a slot for that next year. But now what they've been doing is they've been cutting at least 2. Like, we saw it with spring and summer. They didn't bring back Sugar Blossom, and they didn't bring back Soak and Raise. So that was two new releases that were pretty much just a one season wonder, and that's all she wrote. So I think Red Curtain and Reef is gonna fall victim to that. So that's my prediction on that one. Silver Bells. I don't think this one's returning, you guys. I think this is pretty much gonna see the same watery grave as Polar Bear Hug. But it's so nice. Like, I don't understand why they just don't keep it and, like, make it like Luna and put it, like, in every product. Minty Candy Canes, Winter Pear, Caramel, and Vanilla Sugar. It's another one that you can't really just go off the scent description. You really have to warm it in order to really understand what it smells like. It's just so pretty and beautiful. Like, I can't imagine warming wax in the wintertime and not having Silver Bells to warm in my bedroom. Like, I just can't. Luckily, I clubbed it, so in case it does go away, but I do feel like this is not the year for Silver Bells. I think it's finally gonna leave. And then lastly, in the holiday category, we have Very Snowy Spruce, and I literally just showed this tester to my computer screen like you guys could see that. Oh my lord. I need to go to bed. Very Snowy Spruce, balsam, spruce, cedar branches, and pine cones. I never liked Very Snowy Spruce until last year. And again, I'm on my journey of just revisiting scents and going through these testers, and I'm finding that I like scents that I completely hated before. And I don't know if it was because Very Snowy Spruce was offered in a catalog brick last year, but man, I'm telling you, I have like a new appreciation for this one. And it was listed as a bestseller, which doesn't really mean anything. And it had, catalog bricks, so I think a lot of people bought bricks and they didn't necessarily buy bars last year. So that may play into the sales kind of thing, if that's what they use to determine, what goes and what stays. But I think Very Snowy Spruce will stick around for another catalog, so. All right, now we can move on to the next category, which is their biggest one. I feel like in the spring and summer, the fruity category is like the largest, and then in the fall and winter, the spice category is the largest. Am I the only one that thinks that? I think that's how it goes. All right, so we got apples and cinnamon sticks, which I can't find my tester. I just had it right there. Apple peel, white pumpkin, and a touch of oak. So this has been around for a couple catalogs now. It was available in cleaning, which is like the kiss of death. I don't think this one's gonna come back. I know it was as bestseller last year, but I honestly don't think it's gonna come back. I did club it, but then I did a naughty thing and I kicked it out. I don't know what I was thinking. Now that I'm smelling the tester, I'm like, why did you do that, Amy? It's actually not that bad. It's a very like woody apple, and it's not like heavy on the spice. It's just a very woody apple, but it's got like warmth to it. I don't think it's going to return. Now I'm kind of mad that I didn't club it, or keep it clubbed, I should say. Oh well. Autumn Hearth. Autumn Hearth and me kind of have a bad relationship. It's like a toxic relationship. Apple, cinnamon, and tonka. I used to really like Autumn Hearth, and now I'm kind of like, eh. Like, I don't need you in my life. But, like, when I want you, I want to have you. You know what I mean? Like, that toxic relationship. I don't think this one's coming back. I really think this is not going to return. It's been in the catalog for a while. I really didn't hear a lot of people, other than like Robin and maybe Elizabeth from Elizabeth Scenes and Scents. They talked about it a couple of times on their channel last year, but I really didn't see it like being hauled or anything like that. So I don't think that one's coming back. Autumn Sunset. If I could find it. Oh man, I got duplicates in here. Are you kidding me? Why do I have duplicates of this stuff? Right here, Autumn Sunset. Apple, cinnamon, and tonka. I think this one will make a comeback. It's been in the catalog for a while, but I think there's more people that like Autumn Sunset than Autumn Hearth, because Autumn Hearth just has like this woodiness about it and like sophistication, matureness, where Autumn Sunset is just super spicy, has apples and pumpkins, and like it's just the epitome of fall. So I think Autumn Sunset will come back. I think Autumn Hearth will get the axe. Blackberry Spice. This one will go. I don't think it sold very well last year between the new scents. Yeah, but I'm kind of mad. Kind of mad I didn't club this one. So it's ripe blackberry, cedarwood, and clove. I didn't like this at all when it came out as a new release, and I did not like it last year as well. So it was kind of like not even on my radar. Really didn't give two thoughts about it. Well, I ended up doing a D-stash sale like a couple months back, and I had sworn I picked Buckleberry like on her like list of things that she was selling, and I guess I must have not clicked that, and I clicked something else, and I ended up getting a bar of Blackberry Spice instead. And it was an old bar. Like, it wasn't like a fresh one or anything like that. Like, it's been curing for a while. And when I smelt that, I was like, this did not smell like my tester. And I went and grabbed my tester, and that's been sitting for a while. And then I smelt it, and it smelled exactly like the bar. And I was like, but this, I don't remember it smelling like this. Like, this is a whole different scent. And now I'm kind of mad that I didn't club it, because it's actually quite enjoyable now that it's sat and cured for like a year. It's really nice. It's like a blackberry with like cedarwood and a little bit of spice, but not overpowering spice. But the berry in here is very saturated, which I do like. So, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to come back. But that was a really good one. All right, we already talked about Christmas Cottage. Cider Mill. I just saw that. Where did I see it? I just had it in my hand. Where did it go? I literally just had it in my hand. Where the... Oh my gosh. I'm going... Okay, next time I do a video like this, I am totally... Here it is. Totally going to organize myself. Okay, Cider Mill. Apples Pumpkin Spice. This is a bestseller. Everybody loves it. I'm pretty sure the 99 people out of 100 that love apple cider, I mean not apple cider, Cider Mill, wish that this could be available in brick. I know numerous people that have said if they could just buy Cider Mill in a brick, they'd be set. And I agree. Like, this is a really nice one. And it's not really like mulled cider. It's like fresh apple cider. Like if you were going to go to like a homesteader's place or like a local orchard that like churned and made the cider themselves, this is what that would smell like. I do think this is going to come back. So I don't think we'll have any issues with Cider Mill. Cinnamon Bear. Can we just have this one go? Like, honestly. I'm like, meh about it. Like, it just smells like hot red candies. Like, that's all it smells like to me. Like fireballs. It doesn't really relate Christmas. It just smells like candy to me. I'm alright with it going. I think it will stay, though. But I'm okay with it going. Cinnamon Vanilla. Oh my gosh. I cannot operate my mouse right now. Cinnamon Vanilla. I had that one in my hand. Where'd it go? Cinnamon vanilla, while I'm looking for it, I do think this one's going to come back. It is vanilla beans, cinnamon, coconut, and cassia. It's been in the catalog for a while. It's one that actually just keeps recurring each season. Like, we have it in the spring and summer. We have it in fall and winter. Where is it in my tester bag? Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, so I don't see any issues with this one coming back. So we're good with the cinnamon vanilla. That one's going to return. Clove and cinnamon we already talked about. Okay, we got farm stand pumpkin. This I think will return. The only thing I saw pop up in clearance and in a flash sale was like the old school room spray. So this is apple, cinnamon stick, pumpkin, and caramel. I like the addition of the caramel in this fragrance. It is on the lighter side, so this is not like a heavy fall pumpkin fragrance. It is on the lighter end, so it's best for like those transition months, like August, September. And then pull out the more heavy pumpkin, you know, for October. But I do think farm stand pumpkin will come back. Alright, whoops. Oh no, going all over the place on this thing. First day of fall. I had that one in my hand too earlier. Where is it? Alright, while I'm looking for it, let's read the scent description. Just picked pumpkin, autumn woods, ground nutmeg, and a dash of cinnamon. So first day of fall, I think, is going to get the cut in favor of Forever Fall, which was from the Harvest collection. At least that's my thought process. I mean, I don't know like how far in advance they go with like the planning stages of the catalog. Like, do they wait to see what that year's LTOs do for sales, or is it like the following year and that's when they, you know, pull the LTOs from the previous year? Like, I don't know what their like thought process is with that whole thing, but to me, I think Forever Fall is way better. And this one, first day of fall, even smelling this old tester, I'm still not getting much with it. I get mostly the autumn woods and the nutmeg and the cinnamon. I really don't get much pumpkin on this one. So I don't think first day of fall is going to come back, which I'm all right with that. Like, I'm all right to see it go. Maple apple bourbon. I don't think this one's going to come back either, you guys. I really don't. I think pretty much half this catalog isn't coming back, but that's just my opinion. I know they only cut like, what is it, like 10 or 15 cents that they cut. So, I mean, in all actuality, a lot of these scents will probably come back, but this is just my opinion. You can agree or disagree. That's why this platform is perfect. We're just sharing our thoughts and our love for wax, and I'm trying to find maple apple bourbon in this damn tester bag. Here it is. Juicy red apple, rich maple, and a splash of bourbon. I don't like this. I never did. I definitely get maple and I get apple, but the bourbon note in here, there's just something off with it. And Scentsy's bourbon's weird. The only one I've ever liked is vanilla bourbon. But I don't think this is going to come back. I've seen too many things in clearance, so I don't think that one's coming back. Pumpkin cinnamon swirl. I do think this one will return. I don't think we have any worries for pumpkin cinnamon swirl. Fresh pumpkin, cinnamon stick, and icing. Yeah, this one will come back. Red currant reef we already talked about. Welcome home. That's in every catalog, even spring and summer. So I don't think we're going to lose that one either. The only thing I have to say is that with Welcome Home, it is extremely similar to Autumn Sunset. So there might come a time where Scentsy's going to have to take those two fragrances and decide, okay, which one's better, which one are we keeping? Because they are so similar. That's just my thoughts there. Okay, now we're moving on to bakery. Apple cherry strudel. This one is going, you guys, so I hope you guys clubbed it if you like it. Granny Smith apple, cherry, and vanilla drizzle. Oh, it is perfection. Perfection. This is not a bar that lasts long, though, but the scent appeal on here is so stinking high that I don't care that it only lasts like 6 hours in my house. Give me all the apple cherry strudel. Oh, it's so phenomenal. But yeah, this one isn't coming back. I think a lot of people club it, and then they've been skipping clubs that not a lot of people have been really buying it. I'm just going to skip over baked apple pie and blueberry cheesecake because those are not going to leave the catalog. Sorry, I know if a lot of us in the bakery world want those two to go for a little bit just so we could get some other bakery scents in. But yeah, those are going to continue right on. I wouldn't mind getting rid of baked apple pie. I have now grown to actually enjoy blueberry cheesecake with that wonderful suggestion of mixing it with berry sweet and vanilla bean buttercream. So now I kind of actually enjoy blueberry cheesecake, but baked apple pie can go. We already talked about candy cane buttercream. Cran apple crumble. So I thought last year that cran apple crumble was going to kick apple cherry strudel out. I did hear a lot more people talk about cran apple crumble than apple cherry strudel, like in videos and like things like that. And I didn't see much of cran apple crumble items in clearance or flash sales, so I did see apple cherry strudel products though. So I do think cran apple crumble will return. Gimme Candy. This one is not going to continue, you guys. It was an LTO. It was a scent of the month. Then they just put it in here to give us bakery lovers, an option to shut us up. Caramelized sugar, golden honey. Oh, I didn't even say what cran apple crumble's scent notes were. If you are listening and not looking at the screen, cran apple crumble is cran apple, brown sugar, and whipped cream. And you definitely smell all three of those. I know some people have said that they warm this and they get like straight dirt. I think LR said that, but I don't get dirt. But Gimme Candy is caramelized sugar, golden honey, and sweet buttercream. It's literally, sometimes when I warm this, I just get straight butterscotch. And then other times that I warm it, I get candy corn. It's a really good, like, confectionery, decadent, sickly, sweet bakery. So if you're into those, I hope you clubbed it because it was an LTO and I think they just put it in the catalog to shut us up and it will not return. Lemon drizzle cake. I'm like zooming in on it because Okay, so if you are newer to my channel, and I know if you're not newer to my channel and you've been watching me for a while, you're probably giggling your butt off right now, knowing that I absolutely hate lemon drizzle cake. And it's not so much that I hate the scent itself. I don't care for the scent because of the lilac sugar that's in it. For some reason, when I warm it, that lilac really, really comes out, and I just don't care for it. It's also got vanilla icing drizzle and lemon butter cake. So I know a lot of people enjoy it because there are a lot of us that enjoy lemon bakery. And we don't have lemon coconut chiffon anymore. So this is like some people's next best thing of a lemon bakery with Scentsy anyway. I just don't like it. And I don't understand why it's in the fall winter catalog. That's like my biggest hang up on the damn thing, is the fact that it's taking up somebody else's slot that deserves it. Like, if Scentsy wants to keep lemon drizzle cake, fine. But it's a spring summer bakery. Lemon is more of a spring summer bakery. You've got the apple and the pumpkin and the maple and pear and like other berries that are more like fall oriented. Strawberry, lemon, that type of stuff. That's more seasonally spring and summer. So I'm hoping, and this is my own like plug, my own opinion, my like pray to Jesus, hope this happens, that lemon drizzle cake just is featured as a spring and summer scent and not fall and winter. But jury's up on that one. I really don't know what Scentsy is going to do with it, but I personally would like to see it go and only pop up in spring and summer for you folks that do enjoy lemon drizzle cake, because I don't want it to go completely away. It's not like I'm trying to retire all your guys' scents that I don't particularly like. I just don't want to see it in the fall and winter catalog anymore. That's just me. Make Me Snickerdoodle. This was a new scent last year. If I can get my thing to zoom in on here. It's homemade cookie dough sweetened with brown sugar and vanilla bean with sugared cinnamon. Unfortunately, I still don't get anything off of this. This is such a dud of a bakery scent. And I was really hoping for a lot more with this. I think more people like the Saint Snickerdoodle or Saint Nickerdoodle. I think people like that. I think if anything, if they were to kick this out, they might put Saint Nickerdoodle in its place. But I think it will stick around again. Only because I really didn't see it much in the clearance and flash sale. So I don't think it's going to get the axe. Mocha Doodle is going to stay. I don't think they'll ever kick it out of the catalog. Yeah, Mocha Doodle will stay. Mocha Doodle's coffee beans, cocoa, sugar, caramel, and heavy cream. It's like their attempt at chocolate coffee. Yeah, that one will stay. Pumpkin Roll. That one's going to stay as well, you guys. I don't think it being available as a catalog brick is going to be the kiss of death for this thing. Because I still ordered, and I know my customers still ordered single bars of it, including the brick. And I know a lot of people on YouTube and the socials were talking about pumpkin roll. And if you have brownie batter in your stash, mix it either in the same warmer or alternating warmers. You can do it either way. With pumpkin roll, you get pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. Freaking fantastic. But yeah, pumpkin roll is not going to go anywhere. Salted caramel toffee. I don't think this one's going to go. The only thing that might kick it out might be caramel buttercream, because it's like the only similar scent that I can think of that it could be kicked out for. This one's got salted caramel, toffee, and butterscotch. Oh, I didn't even say what pumpkin roll. See, I am like getting distracted here. Pumpkin roll scent notes, if you were wondering, are pumpkin pie, yellow cake, pecans, butter, and spice. It does smell like, to me, this might be just a New England like dessert thing, but here in Maine we have things called whoopie pies, and it's like this like huge like cake in like a circle form, and it's got like two halves, like, and in the middle it's like a thick layer of like sweet icing. So if you had like a pumpkin version of that, like all pumpkin cake, that's what this smells like. Alright. So yeah, so I said salted caramel toffee I think will stay. I don't think caramel buttercream got enough enough likes and sales to kick that one out, but you never know. Scary Good. I'm scared about Scary Good. No pun intended. Scary Good started off as a scent of the month, and then they put it in the catalog last year. But I don't know if it's going to return because of the fact that it started off as an LTO. That's the thing. This one's got pumpkin puree, fresh cinnamon, toasted butterscotch, and creamy vanilla. It is a really good one, but this could get the axe for Forever Fall being in the catalog as well. Because that one, I know a lot of people on the socials and YouTube had said that the comparison between the two was very, very similar, but a lot of people were liking Forever Fall. And I just don't know if it's because there was so much hype with it last year, with it being a brand new scent, that it kind of outshined the popularity that Scary Good had got the previous year because that was a new LTO. So, I mean, it could go either way with Scary Good, but I think it might get the axe because of those two reasons. So, and then Vanilla Bean Buttercream we have, and that's going to stay. I'm not even worried about Vanilla Bean Buttercream. So, all right. Now we're moving on to Fresh. So fresh and clean. All right, so fresh category. So I'm going to go through this really quick. Aloe water and cucumber, that's going to stay. It's going to recur. I'm not worried about that one going. Amazon Rain, another one. That's going to continue. It's a bestseller. A lot of people like it. It's going to continue again. Arctic Kiss. This one is cool Arctic mint with fresh air and vanilla clouds. Is this the one that people say they get melon with? I think this is the one that people say they get melon with. Because they said it was, let's see if I can pull it up. Back in the day, the Scent of the Month brochures, when we got them, they still had the top, middle, and base notes like they do now. But Scentsy used to actually put every single oil that was in the top, mid, and base notes. So there would be 3 different ones for top, 3 different ones for middle, 3 different ones for the base. And now it's just 1 for each of those. So you're only getting 3 scent notes. Why they stopped doing that, I have no idea, because there's so many of us that say, oh, I smell this. I know it's in here. Case in point, with Bring Back My Bar this month, Farmer's Market. The scent notes say cucumber, carrots, rose. But there's apple in that bar. There's even apple on the packaging. So there is apple in there, but they're just not saying it and revealing it in the scent description. Well, back in the day, they revealed everything. So I think they didn't want people to kind of know what was in their stuff. So they stopped including it. And I can't find it, so I'm going to stop talking about it. I was hoping that I could find the actual Scent of the Month flyer, but it doesn't. Oh, maybe I just found it. Hold on. No, I didn't find it. Damn it. All right, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, I do think that this is the one that people say that has melon in it. This was offered in the holiday collection last year in laundry. So I think that might be the kiss of death for this thing. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that maybe if they don't continue it in wax, that we can at least get it back in the laundry. Because to be honest, I never tried it. I never once last season or last fall and winter season got the washer whiffs to try. And I'm so mad that I didn't do that. Because I always want to try at least one just to see, if I like it or not. But whatever. Okay. By the Sea, Ocean Dewy Seaside Grass. That's going to continue. It always does. It always recurs every catalog. Same with Clean Breeze and Clothesline. I don't think we're going to have to worry about those. Cozy Cardigan, though. If you're going to compare Cozy Cardigan and Cashmere and Corduroy, Cozy Cardigan is soft suede, blushing rose, and amber silk. I have a funny feeling that this one might go. This used to be in body. It used to be like and available in a lot of different products. It's starting to like dwindle down, like the amount of product lines that it's available in. So I think it's slowly being taken out of the catalog. So if it does return, which I think it might, like I'm like 60-40 on whether it returns. If it does return, this will be the last catalog I think we'll see it in. So we already talked about eucalyptus wreath. Fluffy fleece, I don't think this one's going to come back, you guys. It was a LTO, then it came to catalog, then it was offered in brick, then it was offered in laundry. The laundry did really well last year, and so well that it's still in laundry. You can still currently get this in laundry now. I don't think it's going to continue. I don't think enough people buy it in wax, to be honest. I think a lot of people bought the bricks, or they're just buying it because it's in laundry. But that's my opinion. I think same thing with Cozy Cardigan. If it returns, this might be the last catalog we see it in. French Lavender. Here's my thoughts on French Lavender. This is pure herbal fragrance of wild lavender from the hills of France. So it's just herbal, very herbal, medicinal lavender. Okay, here's my thought process on French lavender. So French lavender used to just be a spring and summer scent. It used to seasonally retire every spring and summer. Every fall and winter it would seasonally retire and then come back every spring and summer. Then there was one spring and summer catalog that it didn't come back, and everyone shit their pants, and they're like, oh my god, where's my French lavender? And then enough people complained that it came back in fall and winter. And then it came back this catalog. So here's my thought process. Either they're going to start making it a recurring scent, like a year-long scent, right? Or this fall and winter catalog is going to be the last time that we see it. Because in spring, summer of 2020, wouldn't it be nice if it was 2005 again? 2025. And Lacey's already said it on a live. She's already said it on the end of month live that she is trying her darndest to put Provence lavender, which is the scent of the month now, into the spring and summer catalog of 2025 because they're working on it right now. So she already has plans to get rid of French. There's no way they're going to keep French lavender and Provence lavender and whipped vanilla lavender. Like, there's no way they're going to keep 3 lavender scents in one catalog. One's got to go. And I think French lavender is going to go because it is so similar to the Provence lavender. So, my prediction on French lavender is that it will come back for fall and winter, but we will not see it in spring and summer. So hopefully you club it, because I think after this fall and winter catalog we're not going to see it again. All right, where are we now? Frosted vanilla. This one's getting the boot. I've seen too many products in clearance of this one. Sweet vanilla bean, birch bark, and frosty air. Let me tell you, the longevity on this scent is like impeccable. I don't care for it. I don't hate it, but I just didn't like it enough to keep buying it and warming it. But it is a performer for like length, like longevity. Like, it does last a long time in a bedroom. But I don't think this is coming back, you guys. Same thing with Frosty Air. I don't think this one's going to return. If it does, this will be the last catalog that we see it in. This is Sweet Citrus, Lily of the Valley, and Frosty Air. It's too similar to Clothesline, in my opinion. And Clothesline, I prefer Clothesline over Frosty Air. I don't mind this. I actually warmed a bar of this recently, and I don't mind it. I do enjoy it when it was in the warmers. But, I mean, you can only have so many laundry scents that smell the same. So, yeah, I don't think Frosty Air is going to come back. My not coming back pile is a lot bigger than my coming back pile. I'm probably going to be very wrong with my predictions. But this is just entertaining. Like, right? That's all we're here for, is to be entertained. Golden Garland. Golden Garland. This one will come back. I did enjoy this one. I have painted leaves in my club, so I didn't club this one because I have painted leaves. But this is like a diluted version of painted leaves. And if you also liked Scarlet Sunflower, this is like a more woodsy, minty, refreshing version of Scarlet Wood. So I do think Golden Garland is going to return. Frosted Pine Needles, Marigold Petals, Sparkling Orange Twist, and Golden Musk. I really don't get marigold. I get a floral note, but not a bad floral note. Like, not perfumey, not heavy, just like a sweet floral. But I do think Golden Garland's going to come back. Okay, Jammy Time, that's going to come back. Just Bree's going to come back. Newborn Nursery, why it will return beats the hell out of me, but it will come back. We already talked about Perfect Peppermint. We already talked about Polar Bear Hug. And we already talked about Silver Bells. Last in the fresh category is White Amber and Silk. This is currently available in our spring and summer catalog. And it's actually been available every catalog, I think, since it came out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. What are your thoughts on White Amber and Silk? To me, I could not get that thing to perform in my house. And I really didn't hear a lot of people talk about it. So, I think in favor of like White Amber and Teak over White Amber and Silk. White Amber, Bergamot, and Comforting Cotton. Yeah, it's just very light. Very light. And you don't get, like, you get more amber than you do cotton. And I think that's kind of like what's throwing me, because bergamot and cotton scents are really strong, are really powerful. And in this scent, like, profile, I'm not getting that. So I don't know. Alright, we've got to zoom out. Alright, we're down. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. I promise. I promise. Won't keep you here forever. Alright, now we're at Woods. Around the Campfire. This is coming back. I don't care what anyone has to say. It is coming back. And it's going to come back in all the things. We want it in all the things around the campfire. Mountain Air, Fresh Fallen Wood, and Smoky Embers. Oh my god. This is another one, like Very Snowy Spruce. I absolutely hated this one when it was a new release. And then last year, I decided to warm up a whole bunch of it because my daughter loved it, and I had a whole bunch of bars. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these? Because she's not warming them as fast as she needs to warm them because they are sweating like a pig. And I decided to mix it with vanilla bean buttercream, and that literally changed my life. It was like Moses parted the sea. And I was like, oh, this is just heavenly. Absolutely freaking love this thing. Oh my god. It needs to come back like in everything. So I'm not worried about that one. I'm also not worried about Cashmere and Corduroy either. There's a lot of people that love Cashmere and Corduroy, and they buy it like in everything. So I'm not worried about this one either. Vanilla, Sicilian Bergamot, and Cashmere Sandalwood. I do enjoy this one. It wasn't anything that I had to club or anything like that, but it was really enjoyable. Cedar Cider. I think this one will stick around. In favor, I like this one in favor of Autumn Hearth. That was like kind of like my deciding factor on like what apple woodsy scents was I going to keep. And I warmed Autumn Hearth in conjunction with Cedar Cider, and I like Cedar Cider better. Apples, cinnamon sticks, vanilla bean, and white cedar. It's almost slightly similar to apple and cinnamon sticks, but I love Cedar Cider better. So I think that will come back. Cinnamon Pine Cones we already talked about. Dashing. Dashing was a brand new scent last year, and it carried over to our catalog currently. And I think it will carry over again. I think a lot of people do like that one. It's vanilla, creamy mahogany, and fresh night skies. It's a very bedroomy, like, sultry, like, woodsy ball vanilla. That's really what it is. Falling Apples. I think this one will stick around again. I don't think I saw much in clearance or flash sales for falling apples other than like, I think the room spray right here, fallen apples. This is really a really good apple scent. Crisp apple, acorn, and oak. I really like this one. I didn't club it though because I have Hemingway in my club. And I compared it to Hemingway. And I prefer Hemingway over this one. But this is really good too. Like if I didn't have Hemingway in my club, I would have Falling Apples in my club. But I think this one will come back. So, yeah. Huckleberry Hideaway. My beloved Huckleberry Hideaway. This is not coming back, you guys. Nobody freaking talks about this scent. Fresh picked huckleberry, mountain violet, and crisp white woods. The violeted here, and I'm pretty sure there's honeysuckle. It is just fantastic. I love this. It's such a great fall floral. I warm it all year round. It's the only huckleberry by Scentsy that I like. I just enjoy this scent. It is so good. But I don't think it's going to come back because I don't think enough people buy it. So, Midnight Mahogany. This one will stick around. I don't think this will go anywhere. This was a new release last year. It is Juicy Black Plum with Cinnamon Leaf and Dark Mahogany. Unfortunately, I still don't get much off this tester, but I know my mom absolutely loves this one. So, there's enough of a following to it. Mystery Man, that one is going to continue. We do not have to worry about that one. Palo Santo and Cinnamon. This one was really nice, you guys. I actually clubbed this, and then I did a naughty thing, and I kicked it out. But it's really, really nice. Palo Santo, Italian bergamot, clove leaf, and cinnamon bark. It's more of like a sweet cinnamon with that Palo Santo. Oh, it's such a good wax. Like, this is the closest thing that Scentsy's done to vendor wax, in my opinion. Like, because Scentsy's original, like, Palo Santo oil was disgusting. And now they've, like, changed it up. And now it's, like, really, really pretty. So, I do think that one will come back. Very Snowy Spruce, we already talked about. Weathered Leather, for some reason, that will come back. Just because they need a leather scent in here. White Amber Antique, I do think that one will come back. It's been in the catalog quite a few seasons. It's been actually in the catalog since its debut. But I don't think it's going to leave just yet. And that one's got amber, teak, and bergamot. This is the one that I say smells like Abercrombie and Fitch, Hollister, like the guys working that store back in high school. That's what that scent smells like. Alright, moving on to Fruity. We just have Fruity and Citrus left, you guys. So, Fruity. Autumn Road Trip. I don't think this one's coming back. Harvest Apple, Anjou Pear, and Silver Oak. It's a really nice transition scent, you guys. It was really, really good in cleaning. Absolutely loved it in the cleaning. But I don't think it will come back. I don't think enough people bought it. And the kiss of death of it being in the cleaning line probably didn't do it any justice either. Blackcurrant and Plum. I don't think enough people purchased this one either, but I do think it might come back again. Dark Plum, Wild Blackcurrant, and Apple. I'm like 60-40 on this one. Black Raspberry Vanilla, that's going to come back. Caramel Apple Craze. I think this one will. It was a bestseller last year. A lot of people talked about it. It is a really good caramel apple. It's got caramel apple, red delicious apples, and whipped vanilla. Yeah, I think enough people bought this that it will come back. Cranberry and Cardamom. This was a new release last year. And I actually really enjoyed it. It smells like Jell-O to me. It smells like liquefied cranberry Jell-O, which to me for some reason sounds delicious. right here. It's got cherry, white cranberry, and cardamom. It's a very saturated, like, fall berry. It just smells like liquefied cranberry jello. But man, it was a performer. I didn't club it because I kind of gambled, and where it was a new scent, I think it will come back. But I did really like the cranberry and cardamom. Fall feeling, fall nothing, fall out of my life. This disgusting thing. This is the first time in a year that I've smoked this scent. I really don't want to smell it. Oh, God. Blood orange, sugared cranberry, juniper sprigs, and sparkling clove. Ugh. It's still doing that funk thing in my nose. I don't know what it is about this scent. It's got to be Scentsy's blood orange oil. It has to be. Because almost anything that has blood orange in it, I don't like. With the exception of Homestead Holiday. So maybe that's not the case. I don't know. I really didn't like this scent last year. I didn't like it on cold. Didn't like it on warm. But there were people that liked this thing. So with that, with it being a popular scent in other people's corners, I think it will come back. Frosted Cedar. This is another one that I did not like from the new lineup last year, but there was a following to this bar. Red Delicious apples. Man, they must have had a lot of Red Delicious last year. White cedar and creamy vanilla. So, I remember when I warmed this, I couldn't smell anything like on day 1, but then like on day 2, I got this weird like wood cologne, like wood polish. And that lasted for like the longest time. But I was hoping there would have been more vanilla and apple. But that was just me. I know a lot of people, they got the apple and the vanilla. There's a following to this bar, so I don't see it getting the axe. I do see this returning. Johnny Appleseed, that's going to come back. I mean, that's a given. Perfect Day. That one I think is getting the axe. I don't think a lot of people bought this last year. It was a new release in the fall winter of 22. So it's been a couple of years. Autumn pear, spiced syrup, and bourbon. It's something about these bourbon scents don't last a long time with Scentsy. So I don't foresee this returning. Scarlet Sunflower, even though it's available in the cleaning line, it's been available in the cleaning line for a couple of seasons now. And I think it will still come back. Juicy Apple, Red Cranberry, and Scarlet Sunflower. Yeah, I think this will return. Now, Snowberry. I have no idea, guys, about Snowberry. I'm just gonna... Snowberry is Loganberry, Strawberry, Peppermint, and Cinnamon. So, Snowberry used to come back every catalog. Every catalog. Every fall and winter. And then last fall and winter, not 23, 22. We're talking about fall and winter of 22. It didn't come back. There was an uproar. There was a rebellion. The Yankees and the Confederates laid down their flag and they're like, what is going on here? So enough people complained that it came back last year. And I told everybody, if you love Snowberry, put it in your club. Because they literally just brought it back to please the masses. I don't think it will come back. If anything, it might stay because they don't have enough cuts coming from the fruity section. That might be one thing that kind of keeps Snowberry in the lineup, is if they don't cut a lot in the fruit category. But I'm undecided on Snowberry. I really don't know if it's going to come back or if it's not. Because they've changed their, pattern with that scent so many times that it's just like, I don't know. Winterberry Apple Tea, though, I think is going to stay. This is a bestseller. It scares me that it's been available in almost everything. I don't think it's been available in laundry. But it has been in cleaning. It has been in body. You had it in pods. I think it was in a fragrance flower. It's in wax. So this is so good. I cannot get enough sniffing this thing. This one will come back. I don't have any questions about that one. All right, now we're back to our last category, which is citrus, which I think pretty much everything on this list is coming back. Blue Grotto, Coconut Lemongrass, Squeeze the Day, Sunkissed Citrus. Those are always ones that are in the citrus category all year round. So they're all going to come back. The only other scent in this category is Sips of Cider, which was a new release in 22, fall and winter 22. Came back last year in fall and winter 2023. Will it come back fall and winter of 2004? I don't think so. I think that orange spice and everything nice bar, I think that might outshine this one. This one's got blood orange, sparkling ginger, and cinnamon stick. The ginger is what makes this so different and unique. Still not my favorite orange scent, but I hope a lot of people who liked it clubbed it, because I really don't think it's going to come back. So that is it. So that's all the categories. That's all 8 of them. That's all 8. Those are my thoughts on what's going to come back. Like I said, I'm probably going to be like extremely wrong on like 70% of these damn things. But it's just fun. It's just a fun video to like see what I think. And I'm sure other consultants or YouTubers on here have done similar videos, so definitely check them all out. But let me know in the comment section, what are yours after the catalog being away for 6 months and you've seen things pop up in flash sales and clearance and like in mystery bundles and things like that. And then thinking back on previous Scentsy patterns, what are your predictions? What do you think is getting the axe? What do you hope's coming to the catalog? I really don't have any hopes other than I really hope a lot of the Harvest collection is in the catalog. Because we have not seen a damn thing other than cashmere leaf pods pop up in clearance and in flash sale from the Harvest collection. I don't even think I've seen warmers pop up from that collection. Or anything from like the cleaning and the laundry lines and stuff like that. So it's like, why? Why haven't we seen those things? Is it because you're trying to resell them for this catalog? Are we going to keep them around? Are you going to finally put it in when the catalog completely changes over and you update clearance? Like, do we have to wait till August to see this stuff? Like, where is the Harvest collection of 23? That's what I want to know. Where is everything? Because I want to buy it, but you're not letting me. So why? Why, Scentsy? We would like to know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was requested, like I said. I had already done one previous, so if you want to check that one out to see if, like, my thoughts changed. Because, honestly, I was going to rewatch that video and see if, like, my thoughts had changed from last time. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into it blind. And we're just going to, you know, wing it. And if I contradicted myself, then, oh well, I apologize. And, yeah, it's just me. But thanks for watching. Thanks for all the love and support. Thanks for, you know, choosing to just subscribe and listen to me rant and do my weird, quirky ways, but share my love for wax with you guys. I do like making the content for you guys and kind of giving you a glimpse of my life and my opinions and just me as myself and all of that. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video, and thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. Talk to you next time. Bye, guys.